Years old, what the hell? I will start to...
That question brings me to one, Prince. May I ask what you do? What does a prince do? I don't know exactly.
He does plenty.
I'm a businessman. I do quite a bit. Yeah.
He has a champagne business
I have a champagne business in Europe. I do lots of things. I'm very busy. I'm never bored. I'm very busy.
Is it a fact that you were the one who took the exclusive photos of your wife behind bars?
Yes,
and
Yes,
sold
I did.
Sold them to Star magazine?
I did. No, actually, no, I didn't sell them. I made the pictures for myself, actually.
And they took it.
They took it, you know.
They took it. The policeman took it. He never sold it. I wish he would have, but you could have made some dough.
That's right. Janet Charlton, who is the personality, the gossip columnist for the Star, is here with us. Janet has joined us before, but always via satellite from Los Angeles. She's here with us.
Is that you?
Yes.
In person. There she is.
Star magazine was really nice. As horrible, and I know that Star belongs to the Inquirer. You see, the Inquirer used to belong to Mr. Pope, my very close friend, and they sold it for $200 million. And the Inquirer used to be very kind about me, at least not biased, not attacking. But now the Inquirer became the dirt magazine of the world.
Well, we were thrilled with your story. The Star, we sold very well. We loved the front page pictures.
I love the picture.
Effective.
He made a good, he's a good photographer. I didn't know that. He's good in everything.
Sold
but now
very well.
Why the interest in Zsa?
Zsa is so controversial. I mean, you hear all kinds of stories
sound
about
like
Zsa.
my
I'm a
mother
gossip columnist, and people call me constantly with wild stories about Zsa. For example, somebody called me from Saks Fifth Avenue.
I heard
and
about
said,
that. We
and
saw
said,
that.
Zsa tried to bring back 2 dresses, and the sales clerk looked at her and said, "You can't bring these back. I saw you wear these on TV during the trial." And that there was a big fuss and
you
an
know what
enormous
happened?
problem made.
We called up Saks Fifth Avenue. They gave me 2 dresses of present and apologized. My lawyer wanted to sue them. When I wear a dress, first of all, I'm not that nitwitted to wear a dress on TV and then put it back, because for that you have to be nitwitted.
Wild stories,
but I don't buy clothes at Saks, my darling. I buy clothes at Dior, Oscar de Rente, and Giorgissima and Fred Hayman. So I never bought a dress.
No, our readers love you, no matter what you do, I must tell you.
And I will tell that.
Do they still?
They love her. I mean,
They gave me 2 dresses, 5,000
Zsa has
dresses.
personality, and you've got to give her...
She definitely has
She's
personality.
always interesting, always exciting, no matter what she does, whether it's good or bad. So we love
Sweetheart.
it.
Is she that way at home, Frederick?
I told him she's... Yeah.
Sweetheart, let me take a break.
Yeah, I'm so
You can
sorry.
continue the conversation.
No, but really, you see, people like...
Go ahead, make your night with Hunter. Coming weeknights to Channel 9.
How many times have you heard, "It's not in stock, but we can order it"? Well, you won't hear that at Tile Outlet. At Tile Outlet, the floor and ceramic tiles on display are warehoused in large quantities, so you'll walk out the door with your purchase. And our everyday prices are as low or lower than other stores' sale prices. For savings, selection, and product availability, come to Tile Outlet, 2444 West Fullerton in Chicago, just 3 blocks west of the Kennedy Expressway.
Since the invention of school, the question has been what to eat after school. Now there's a really good answer right in the refrigerated meat section of your supermarket. Delicious mini hamburgers and mini cheeseburgers from Tennessee Pride. 100% beef and real cheddar cheese that you can zap into hefty mini meals instead of wimpy little snacks. And nobody will ever ask you again if you're trying to cool off the whole neighborhood. Tennessee Pride mini burgers. Serious after-school food.
So I'm doing some heavy shopping when I walk past Pearl. Or was it Pearl Express? A sign in the window speaks to me. Sale! It says, I can handle that. They tell me I can save $25 on 1 pair of glasses, or I can choose the buy 1 pair, get the 2nd pair free offer. 2nd pair free, I said? 2nd pair free, they said. No coupons? No coupons. Gotta go.
Now at Pearl and Pearl Express, where you get glasses in 1 hour. Call 1-800-YES-EYES for locations.
Pierce will remove your old garage. Then visualize any size or style you want. Pierce will finance, design, and build it. To call Pierce, dial 312 Builder.
WGN-TV is looking for excellence in Chicago area students, and we're saluting them with the Extra Effort Award. If you know a high school student who's made a difference in their community through activities as well as academics, let us know. To get your nomination form, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to WGN-TV. Each week, a new student will receive the Extra Effort Award and be profiled on Channel 9's midday and 9 o'clock news. WGN-TV knows the kids are our future, so we're investing in them for kids' sake.
My mother is an expert on men and marriage.
Am I?
In fact, she wrote a book called How to Catch a Man, How to Keep a Man, and How to Get Rid of a Man. But my mother did have some time to teach me. She taught me how to be a good housekeeper. She said, darling, every time you get a divorce, keep the house.
Francesca Hilton, Zaga's one and only.
You brought up that lovely lady with a star, which I really think you are, and I think you're right. You had one of my secretaries on the show here when I was in Europe. People called me on that.
One of your secretaries.
This secretary was in jail by City National Bank because he forged 3 of my checks.
Wait. Let's get some background. We did a program called When the Hired Help Tells All. And
So
Jaja's former secretary, a fellow by the name of Ricardo.
No, the other one. What was his name? Brian. Well, he probably sue me for that, but we have the thing. He forged 3 of my checks on the City National Bank. I don't know what they done, but anyhow, this is the guy who was on. Ricardo is the one who, he went to Star because you pay about $300-400 for a story like that, and Ricardo needed the money, so he lied. You see, Saks.
What did he lie about?
That I take the clothes back.
Oh, I see. He was the source of return.
Because Saks Fifth Avenue, when you buy these $10 stockings, and if they run down the first time, they exchange it to a new one. And I sent him in to exchange his stockings, so I'm not going to wear a $10 stocking on the first day I run. I'm working for my money. I'm a businessman. So I sent him back with 3 pairs, which all run down, and they brought him. And that's how he said I take the clothes back. I know it was him, darling.
So he's saying that this guy Ricardo, Mike, get a hold of this guy Ricardo, because Jaja's
I don't want to see him.
Jaja's calling him a liar.
Oh, darling, I don't want to see him. No,
Oh,
Brian.
wait, it's Ricardo, the liar.
Hello. Ricardo, why did you...
Ricardo Bustos is Jaja's former secretary. Now, Ricardo, did you say some naughty things
Because
about
I
your
love
former
Ricardo.
employer?
Did you say...
I have never, ever sold a story to the Star magazine on Jaja Gabor.
Well, what did you sell?
I have never sold nothing.
Was I a good person? Did I love you?
She loved me, but we had our differences at
Well,
times.
of course we did, because I have to bring him up. He's so green yet.
Well, she did. No, she did teach me a lot. We did have some fun times then. It was a challenge at times.
Did you publicly say that Jaja was cheap, to use an indelicate expression?
No, I didn't say she was cheap.
Well, how much did we pay you a week?
$10 an hour.
Isn't that good for a young man who hardly can spell? Let's be objective.
Oh, no. No, why not? Remember the first day I worked for you?
Wait a second. He came to me as a secretary. We hired him as a secretary. He actually was a very sweet. I really liked you. I still like you. And we gave him $10 an hour, which we pay for all secretaries. My other secretaries, who's with 20 years, get $20 an hour. But this kid who know very little yet, maybe you'll learn now, gets $10 an hour, which is $80 a day, which is really enough. They get luncheon, is it true? Mm-hmm. And you also get some presents for me, is it true? Mm-hmm. So I think you were highly paid for your knowledge.
Well, yeah, well,
Well, what did you fight about, Ricardo?
We did, fight about when he spelled something wrong, when he done something wrong, I screamed at him. Because I'm a businesswoman and I need someone who can be a good secretary. That's why we have Betsy Jens for 20 years. She gets $20 an hour, but she does everything right. Now, this kid was fill-in. Is it true?
Yeah.
And he was nice. Then, of course, he got pally-vally with somebody else. We won't mention it. And then he said he wants to be an airline steward. How long did that job last for you, the airline steward job?
I'm still with an airline.
No, but but when you left me, how long did it last? I think a week.
Which one?
When you left me for the airline steward job. Because
you two could talk after the program. Let me get some other questions. That's very, very interesting.
So, I mean...
Jaja, I'd like to know how and where you met your husband and how long you've been married.
My husband saw me on television or films 5 years ago. Sit on the floor, you.
She always keeps you on your toes.
Sit down. You look gorgeous. Thank God. Anyhow, 5 years ago, he knew, before he met me, he saw me and he said he was going to marry me. And then he came to America, and a photographer friend of his introduced him to me, and we fell in love. And 4 years later, we married. I proposed to him because he was too scared to marry me, but I proposed.
Jaja, Jaja, you're so beautiful. I'm really
Oh,
very
thank
glad
you,
to see you.
sweetheart.
You
Nice
look
things to-
beautiful. But can you name your 8 husbands for me?
No, I can't.
Maybe Ricardo will be number 9. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Next on the Midday News.
Good morning, I'm Steve Sanders. Supreme Court nominee David Souter gets scrutinized in Senate confirmation hearings. We'll have a live report. Nearly 300 more American women and children arrive in London with stories of terror from Kuwait. Parents of Chicago public school students vent their frustration over erratic bus service. And government agencies give out details of the vulnerable position of the FDIC. Those stories and more coming up on the Midday News at noon.
Take a new look. Take a new look. Take a new look. Take a new look. Oh, take a new look. It's a real surprise. Take a new look and believe your eyes. Take a new look at an old friend Jewel.
Hi, I'm Monty Mitchell, National Spokesman for Apollo Hair Systems. 8 years ago, I faced a hair loss problem. After visiting my doctor, I realized I needed a solution that was practical, affordable, and durable enough for an active lifestyle. The professionals at Apollo Hair Systems explained their system's process, and within weeks, my appearance was restored. Call me now, and I'll personally explain the process to you.
Call Keith Limited, 1-800-282-8998.
Your bills are piling up. You can't get a loan because your bills are late. But your bills are late because you can't get a loan because your bills are late. Can't somebody help? Well, now, there's a nationwide number you can call for help. 1-900-990-LOAN can help you find the money you need. People who will lend you money for bills, cars, boats, just about anything. Bad credit, no problem. You must be over 18 to call. A $39 charge will appear on your local phone bill. We guarantee we can help regardless of your credit or your money back. Call 1-900-990-LOAN today.
Sometimes the scales of justice tip to those who stand up for their rights. If you've been injured in an auto accident, job injury, or any other type of injury, you may be entitled to a settlement. But who's going to get you what you're entitled to? I will. I'm Bob Kaminsky, and for years I've been fighting for victims of all types of accidents. If you or a family member are such a victim, I'd like to fight for you to get you every possible dollar as quickly as I can. You'll pay me no fee unless a settlement is made. Stand up for your rights. Call me for a free consultation at 781-0400.
Welcome back, New York City. Jaja, the last word. Janet Charlton, Star Magazine.
Something to the Prince. I think that you made a mistake when you told the media, I think rich people should be treated differently than regular people, because a lot of people took that very negatively, and I wonder exactly what you meant by that.
Well, if I would have been an American, I would have talked probably different, but I'm from Europe, and where I've been raised in Munich. When I went to school, we learned in school, Beverly Hills, America, those are the rich, those are the famous, We never knew in Europe there are poor people in America. Only when I came to America, I found out there are also poor people. In Germany, America is paradise. So for me, everybody is rich and famous.
So let's face it, he's right, darling. Because when I came to America, I thought all the millionaires are on a line. So I married one, and that was a disaster of my life. So it's not. No, in Europe, it's in America completely. In Europe, it couldn't. In Europe, it couldn't happen that they put a woman like me in jail.
Did she treat you like a queen treats a commoner? Is that your basic
the truth,
complaint?
Ricardo.
Well, I mean,
I treated him like a little kid.
We were never in the same class. I mean, that's obvious.
Did you dine together? Did you ride the limousine together?
I was never allowed to. And I only
drove my car, my dad.
No. I drove a Blazer, but I was never allowed to go in a limousine. The example, remember the Arsenio Hall show?
Well, honey, when I go to a show, I take my makeup and hairdo, not my sack.
And then I was not allowed to be seated next to her at that dinner that night.
Which dinner?
Remember at the La Gambo?
Well, of course not. Why should a little kid like that sit next to me when we are grown-up men? But I must say one thing. I like Ricardo.
I know, you told me. You could rehire her.
This is Vera Davis. Vera is the executive director of the LUCAP agency. That stands for the Low Income Elderly United Community Assistance Program. It is based in Venice, California. It is the place where Jaja had to complete her 120 hours of community service. Vera, did she do the job for you? What did she do, anyway?
Well, she did what I asked of her, and that was to raise some money. We were short on funds.